Hello, Wild Wisdom Warriors. Hello, hello, YouTube. Hello, my dear shamans from around the world. This is Lily Kolosova, and welcome to my journal. Today is March 10th in my reality, 2020. And so I got my little tool for demons. This is my spear that I eliminate demons with. That's my tool, you guys. So I wanted to kind of, today's subject kind of calls for it, isn't it, you guys? So what am I going to talk about today, you guys? Okay, this is going to be a little weird one. So let's get going. All right, so I'm here, to do what? Okay, so every one of you out there, this is my journal. This is my own personal journey. This is my shamanic journey. Whoever's here is joining me to that wants to hear what I have to say. And so I'm sharing what it is that I am working on in my own personal journey and what it is that it is in my vicinity that I can help or contribute to the collective healing of humanity, whatever it is, be it, how to recognize the infection. Okay. I've talked about a human consciousness infection and invasion and what it is. Ever pretty much since 2014, since I started doing my videos and coming out publicly about the reality we're in. And what I really was from the very beginning I was talking about the fact that we going to take this journey, which was a quantum leap for collective human consciousness, meaning that we're going to go through this transformation and transmutation period. And that's going to be that's what's going to take place sort of as our evolution, our human consciousness evolution on that collective level. And the totality of human consciousness is going through this evolution, stepping into its highest potential, meaning a creator being in human form. And that's kind of what ultimately, hi Miles, hi Tracy, Bob, thank you so much for being here, everyone. So, okay, I'm gonna put my tool aside for now, but I'm not done with it. Like I said, I'm just starting. Just starting. So today I'm going to be talking about infection and this human consciousness virus, and what it is and how to recognize when someone's infected with this virus that is of this form, which is the matrix or the control system or whatever you want to call it, or the invasion or the antichrist, spirit of the antichrist that Jesus talked about. And you guys know how I like to be biblical. I will talk about that. Hi, Comfort, Sunshine, you here? All right, so you guys, today I am drinking again. This is some orange juice. So I'm gonna be drinking again my virgin mimosa. Okay, so here we go, virgin mimosa. Ta-da! All right. So here's happy Tuesday today. Happy Tuesday, everybody. So let's talk about the infected ones. Hello, coronavirus, anyone? So, remember how I was talking about that those that have done their own transmutation and transformation, meaning took a self-healing path, and you've attained or returned your own ancient codes, or your basically, or that you return your stolen energy. It was stolen from you. And like I was talking about this infection that infected human consciousness a while back and how it operates, and this is what my sort of intent is to, as what was it, 2015, I guess, maybe 16. Hi, Tim Booba. Hi, Jeff. Thank you so much for joining. Aloha, aloha, Jeff. So basically, what are we doing here? Okay, so even ultimately talking about, oh, there's all this about revelations and revealers and all of that. In 2016, when I put out the graph showing you two timelines, the top one was in green, and that was the evolution process for human consciousness, or human healing, as I called it, that the 7 or 5 stages of healing, as I was talking about. And so, and this is ultimately what I want to relate those 5 stages of healing to, this sort of, for our conscious mind, so we can understand this 5 elements of earth. And the 5th element, like I talked about last time, is that the 5th element is that star, actually. This is what it's that someone who's operating on that 5th element. And this is what I've talked about in the past, is that those that had activated their crown. And whoops. So if you have, this is what I'm saying, if you have activated your ancient codes, and you've took responsibility and accountability for your own blood codes, meaning you stepped into your creator self to move forward as a creator being and create your reality. You taking responsibility and you stepping in, and this is what that transmutation and transformation does on an individual level. And so this is when you go through it. And so now we turn around, and so hopefully that, each and every one of you that's here, you understand that right now you're generating the intent for spring equinox, meaning you seeding reality with energies. Okay, so you seeding reality. What are you seeding your reality with? Okay, you don't want to seed your reality with useless belief systems, right? So you don't want to do that. So what I want to focus on what seemed to be a huge explosion of this. And the reason for this is because, like I said last time, we see the infection now after 2017. And this is what I mentioned in that graph. The 2017 was the midpoint of that revelation time between 2012 and the 12 years. I've talked about the 12 years of the 12, like a cycle, right? And then that 13th cycle being like the 13th note and all of that's the one that encompasses all, except it's on the higher frequency. So I mean, on the higher, not frequency, on a different, in a different, what is it, the notes, forget the word, just slipped. Hi Santo, thank you so much for joining me from Australia. So good to have you here. Okay, you guys, a little thirsty. I came back from run. And so, okay. So I want to talk about the infection and how you might recognize. So I know a lot of you are recognizing, and it might be a little kind of overwhelming for you to see it that clearly, because we're in 2020 and we have this clarity. We're gaining this clarity, you guys. And so we're seeing this virus operates. And like I was talking about, this virus or this consciousness, the invasion of human consciousness, and how it operates through all these things. And I talked about the connection to black goo, and that it only form of its physical, besides all the other nanotech that it can control. But the only physical presence of that invasion here on this planet has to do with those black stones and the black goo, that came from other places or other, let's say, realities that been brought here for the purposes of opening the portal or creating a connection, or a cord. Okay, so that's why that physical presence creates cord. Okay, that parasitic cord. And this is what ultimately humanity has. It's on that consciousness level. And so this is what I talk about when I talk about slave mentality. And this is how it affects people. This is the virus that affects their own individual thinking, meaning they give up their individual power in the name of some sort of belief that they've had accepted as their reality through the belief structure. And so this is basically, so if you want to think about this consciousness as a virus, I like that. I'll call it a virus. Yes, Hendrix, octave. That's what I meant. So basically that's how, because it's all frequency, right? It's all energy. And so you'll understand that, because this is the the artists know that it's unique ability, that creative force, right? And then that creative force, it has its own unfoldment, sort of, it has its own rules that are yours. Those are the living grid or the living force or the access that you have through the earth or the ether given, or the soul. And this is what the soul, human soul, is. It's that what the earth births. Okay, so if we're going humanity on the collective level, we're going through, like, a lot of people and a lot of predictions have been talking about this rebirth. Why is it rebirth? It's because it's the nature, and it is within a human nature to grow, and we grow through change, just like everything else in this reality does. And so right now is this transformation and transmutation and this revelation period, through which I said that the ancient codes will return, in which way, and the energy was available, always available. It was very difficult. You had to go through such a difficult shamanic journeys, like I refer to a lot of Castaneda work, and there you will see some of that things. And then this is why I recommend some of those. It's always when I recommend for people to look into somebody else's work, is I always talk to you about people that went and experienced, did the documentaries, talk to the shamans, to the real shamans, not the special ones that we have out there, the infected ones. And see, their infection is right now during this period. And I said we were pushing that snowball all the way up with revelations. It was so difficult, as though the truth will never really be set free at all in this reality. And then 2017 hit, and everything changed. It seems like that snowball started rolling down. And it was, and I started seeing all these changes that started taking place on the collective level. And it was all what I was seeing. It wasn't just, because, somebody else did it or what. What I was seeing is the progress or the evolutionary path that the collective human consciousness has already taken, even from the time when I first were talking about it originally in 2014, about the state of human consciousness. Okay, now it's talking about how it's infected and how 97% of human beings are infected and operating on this hive mind grid. And that's what these parasites operate on. And so now, on that time, but because there was so much of that, and even then, I didn't say, it's not news that I said, oh, the truth movement in the spiritual communities. I ran by 95% of people that are mind controlled and remote controlled human beings, basically. That's what they are. They're remote controlled human beings. And this is what I said, because they're operating on this, information download system. It downloads to them into their mind from somewhere else, and that's it. That's the only source they have. Hi, Anna. Hi, Gata. Thank you so much, Gata, for being here. Thank you. Nick, thank you for being here. Be true, thanks. Thank you for joining me. Hi, Ramas. Thank you so much. And I said hi. Hi, darling. All right. So what I want to talk about, you guys. So now, as you going through this, or as you might still going through your individual path, and you're going through your individual journey, you will go through this transformation through your own emotional body. And so when you kind of meet yourself, you meet your own negative self too. And for those of you that had sessions with me, you guys know that in my sessions you will meet yourself that does the negative talk, the things like that. You'll be present, and kind of you'll see how far you extend, how things are in your reality, and you'll have that more of a eternal perspective. So when you look from that point, as I talk about, from point of eternity, and how do you see it? And so right now they say, oh, well, the special ones are upset. They're a little upset that I'm making fun of them. They're a little upset. You guys, they're a little upset. They're a little upset. I would say not little, a lot upset. Special ones are very upset. So I'm not done talking about them. I will. But you will now kind of, but I will try to lighten this up, and I'm going to show you something from my own experience. I'll share with you a couple of stories today. Because when I was thinking, I was on the run today, I was running. It was so beautiful. It's finally, I was able to go outside and run outside on the trails. It was nice and sunny. So it was so, just so refreshing to be outside. Thank you, Tracy. You said you loved this journal. Thanks. So I was just thinking, how can I journal this? How do you, some people say, Lily, how do you know if someone's infected and operating on this invasion, on this through this mind control programs, or through that? And then I said, okay, well, the first step, I always say, how do you step into yourself, is you drop any and all belief systems. You start from scratch. You drop, because you just got to drop everything else, where you pretty much naked you the way you are, and you're ready to meet yourself in whichever, with all of your, and you're ready to reclaim your power back, because this is a spiritual war. You're ready to reclaim your soul energy, because what happens is there's an invasion and infection, and this virus affects human consciousness, and the outcome is, here's all your narcissists and the narcissistic invasion of the society. It's all over the world. Narcissists are everywhere. Russian narcissists are about the same as the American narcissists. They're all the same. And so I no narcissistic abuse. So the root of narcissistic abuse, and there's all these different forms of it. And this is what I'm going to give few examples of today of this narcissistic abuse and how to recognize it. And so what happens is when all this awareness on the totality or on the collective level, we are now seeing the fruits. And this is what I was going to say. Today, what I'm seeing is we're seeing these fruits, and what I feel in the totality of human consciousness is, and what my ability allows me to see, then I share with you what it is that I feel and the kind of progress we're making on this evolutionary of human consciousness. But we're doing it together because now we're doing, like I said in my videos in 2015, I talked about the individual, and then we're going to move into the stage of the totality, or that the collective level consciousness healing, which would be on the level of earth as a reality. Okay, so it's in alignment with nature, and this is why you'll see right now that a lot of things are coming back to its nature. And so this is the originally, we as human beings, it is within our nature to be divine, because we are of heaven. Like I said, we belong to eternity. So we're a divine being as it is. So when there is clowns out there yapping about divine feminine or divine masculine, it's like, I want to throw up every time they talk about divine masculine or divine feminine. Makes me want to throw up every time I hear those people, because it's so manipulated. The sucky vampiric structure of that divine masculine, the vampiric divine. Oh my God. The succubus divine feminine out there. Okay, those are the infected ones, right? So you guys can see now. And so now, because of the clarity, you can see the infection, right? And this is how I always view reality, through that thing, through my own vision, okay, through my own thing. And some people say, oh, Lily, you don't have the right to say this, or call them narcissists. How do you know? Okay. I will say narcissist is the parasite. Yes, Jerry, that's the parasite operates them. That's the narcissist, okay? That's the narcissist. But how much power, or how much even money is put behind to cover for narcissistic abuse, right? Because, but they're really good at covering for themselves, right? So for those of you that had experience with narcissists, okay, they can't be changed, because that's just by nature. They are of that parasitic structure, meaning they don't have the living force. Like I said, they do not belong to eternity like we do. And so when I see this right now, the change in the totality, and for me to be able right now to sit here and have this conversation about, how much growth and transformation we have already gone through after all this few years. I mean, it's such a joy for me, because it's all of you guys that trusted yourselves in the past when you couldn't see really the fruits of your work, the fruits of your intents in the past. It was so difficult to see because your ancient codes were rewritten They didn't just, attach themselves. They rewrite people's brain. So, and this is where it comes that they fall in, the abused fall in love and with their abusers, and they take their abuser's side. This is the effect. That's the narcissists. That's what they want. That's ultimately because this is the freedom they talk about. This is their sick freedom. Is they want you, the narcissistic food source supplier, because that's who you are. You're a narcissistic food source supplier to them. I'm talking about energy, right? So you're the first supplier, but you're the best food if you're willingly, you gift them with your life force. You gift them with your energy, with your divine energy, especially the feminine, right? They like the females to serve them, right? They use these words purposely. Yes, there is a programming. This is why I talk about when I say there's a programming. Oh my God, 26 minutes. So here we go. So I'm going to give you an example. Okay. It's my experience, my journal. I'm not going to name the name of this individual. But those of you, there's few of you might be here that had a personal sessions with me, and you might had me take you out to my sanctuary here where I live. And it's my little hut, my meditation hut that I built in my little sanctuary in nature by the river. Well, but right behind me, there is an open space. And so there's trails. And so how do I recognize this infection in human beings? How was I able to recognize it always? So one time, and so sometimes I take my clients or people that come to see me, sometimes I take them to my sanctuary, and people that I don't trust enough to take them to my sanctuary, sometimes I just take them on a walk around here. And let me tell you about this experience with one individual that is in the media. So this is not a client, somebody who's in the media passing by and stop by, who's in the media out there, doing the healing, working for a collective human consciousness healing, and claiming to be doing good for humanity and contributing with their energy and their healing ability to help humanity to ascend and, to be better human beings, okay? Somebody with big following, a media individual. So she visits me. We have tea, hang out, talk. Let's go on a little walk around here, after our little lunch and a little tea. Let's just go for a little walk. So off we go on a walk. And remember, you guys, I talk about there's a wild bushes of roses here. They're not wild, they're just little roses, but they smell so good. And it was during the time the roses was blossoming. And there's one bush right by the trail. And those specific roses, there's a couple of bushes. And so we looked at these roses and I said, oh, those look so good. I walk by them every morning. Then I said, wow, this individual, this lady, is such a, popular healer, doing so, so I'm going to share my joy of every day. This is my walks. Every day I walk here with my wolf. We're doing our wolf thing here. So, because the roses are blooming and they smell so good, I smell them every morning. I go and I say, hey, this rose is over here. Just smell this one right here. There's a whole bunch of them on the end, and just smell. This is where I put my nose every morning. It's heaven. So she comes up, she puts her nose, she smells them. Oh my God, Lily, what heaven! And then she reaches down to the end of that branch, she breaks it off. And she moves away back, and she keeps walking while she's smelling it and enjoying it. And she keeps telling me how grateful she is to me for literally showing her how to smell the roses. I was so shocked. I'm standing by the bush still. She was so involved in enjoying the beauty and smelling of these roses that she was all within herself, and she kept walking. I was standing staring at the broken rose bush. Right there and there, I've seen everything what I need to see about somebody's soul, what condition they're in, who operates them, what operates them. I stood there, tears in my eyes. A big chunk, the most beautiful, the most luscious roses. She picked the luscious one. And she took it with her on the road in the car without water or anything. Is that someone who's in harmony with their own nature, or are they in harmony with their parasitic nature? Parasitic nature. Parasitic nature can only think of itself. It doesn't care that it's going to disconnect that piece of rose bush that's been sitting there for years. It's a wild, open space. It's beautiful that Boulder County plants things like roses and things like that in wild places so people can enjoy and literally smell the roses in the morning. Because I'm telling you guys, the smell of those roses, it's truly is heavenly. They're white little roses. So a broken mind walks away with a broken rose. And a broken mind thinks that it's beauty. That a broken mind thinks that it respecting beautiful nature. Because she says that, oh my God, it's beautiful. It's amazing. It is heavenly, Lily. It is heaven. You can close your eyes and you can think you're in heaven. Yes, you're right, Lily. Parasite. That's how they do it. So when I saw yesterday, when I saw a broken white roses on Chris Blob of Narcissistic Fat Geo's YouTube channel, when I saw broken white roses, I had to like, oh no, let's see what this narcissist does. So it reminded me immediately of this situation that I had with roses. It's somebody who is in that media, big in alternative media. This one. So all you big ones, I've got one for you. The big demons, I got it. They think I can't see them. So you guys know who I'm talking about. So I go to that and I watch like 5-6 minutes of it. I go 3 minutes in the beginning and I go 3 minutes in the end. What do I see in the end? Oh, the broken rose. The abundance. He calls it abundance. So what happens? He decides the narcissist blob of fat gets back in the saddle. Miss Cherie, blob of fat Geo, is back. Supporting him. And guess what? He's talking about abundance, being creative self. Mimicking. I mean, I don't know. Which one of you, was it Chris, you, or was it you, Cherie, that listened to my journal and then decided to make a video about it and parrot what I'm saying? Was it you, Cherie? Was that you after Chris is back in the saddle? So let's talk about the narcissistic supply. I'm not going to talk about Chris. I'm going to talk about Cherie. So at the end, after he mimics other people about abundance, he asks Cherie, how is she? Does she have anything to add to his narcissistic abundance besides her life force that she already given to him? Oh, she doesn't know why she's sick and hurts all over? Oh no, it's not narcissists eating you from inside out, Cherie, at all. Not that at all. Not that at all. So, Cherie, the cat is out of the bag. If you is still not aware of narcissistic abuse and you think you can hide and you think that we don't see that you are the supply for him, and then what drives you, Cherie? Oh, jealousy, like the jealousy for a set. Oh, Cherie, is that what's driving you? You think I don't know? So listen to this. So she is back supporting him and he's giving her. So he's got his abundance now. She's got to give him abundance now. She's got to support him. She's got to support that. He needs food. Okay? So she'll do better next time at supporting him now. She's back. He's back in the saddle. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. She's going to lie with him, right? Because he promises her whatever. So now she's going to support him. Now they're going to teach you how to be abundant. Oh, they're going to teach narcissists how to be abundant in narcissistic supply. That's what they're talking about, abundance. This is the kind of abundance they're talking about, right, Sherry? And he goes on the end, "Do you have anything to add, love?" And the camera goes on her. And that's all I need to see the last 3 minutes. And here's that all is good in zombie world smile. Comes right at you. You don't need a lot to see it. You guys don't believe me. Go see it for yourself. You don't need a lot. Go to last 3 or 4 minutes. That's all you need to see. All is good in zombie world smile right there for all the world to see. Congratulations, Sherry. You've empowered yourself. You're a sovereign human being. How about your motherhood, Sherry? Do you have abundance of that in your life? Or did you have to choose a narcissist over your child? Oh, Sherry. Is that a subject you might want to touch on? I would recommend finding on YouTube a YouTuber, my Russian brother, Richard Grannon. Richard Grannon. Grannon. Find him on YouTube. He'll help you. We're not buying all is good in zombie world smile anymore. And that goes for all the black magicians that use, because this is what I'm doing. This is what I'm revealing. They're gonna, hold on. I'll get to, Tracy, hold on. I'll get to our special one, Thomas Williams and Chloe. Here's Chloe. There's video, 15 seconds, on her 4, right? Serving a narcissist, right, Chloe? Well, what was she doing during that time, Tracy? What was Chloe talking about on truth, honor, and integrity? While she is on her 4, lighting up the narcissist's face, because she probably went into the back room and saw that he looked horrid on the video. So she wanted to make him look better. So she crawls on her 4 with the lamp to light up a narcissistic face so he looks better on camera. But she was talking about, I forgot. How to be sovereign human being. He was trying to help, right? And this is what I say. And this is why I recommend Richard to people like Cherie, like Chloe, and like many of those that are dying, sick, women that supported that put their creative force behind these black magicians. Just like Cherie, like Chloe did. There is no help. No, you can't help a narcissist. And that's why I recommend Richard. It's a virus. It's an infection. Onions! Garlic! Garlic. Yes, garlic. Garlic, actually, for coronavirus, garlic. Truly garlic. Oh, total. You are always too upset. Our special ones are upset. So this is why I am today. I'm going to get rid of this guy. Okay, I'm going to get rid of that troll. Trolls are here. Upset. They're upset. So I'm sorry, but I mean, isn't that video, Tracy, of Chloe on her 4 trying to make things better, but she's not doing good enough job. Just like Cherie, you're not doing good enough job of being jealous enough. So, but I'm talking about accountability and responsibility. How do you talk to somebody who is standing in the victim field? And so all is good in zombie world. Smile. It's right there. You guys go see it for yourself. Okay. So, but she thinks, you guys, why I ask her about motherhood. So Chloe tried to help. There is no help. So how about this for Chloe right now? Taking accountability and responsibility for her own self. Were you really free, Chloe? Were you really speaking the truth on Truth, Honor, and Integrity show? Or were you trying to help a narcissist? This whole time, where's the integrity of these women that give their life force to this narcissist and then walk around and there claiming to be knowing how to create abundance in your life or how to be spiritual? And especially you, Cherie. What kind of mother are you? What kind of mother chooses a narcissist over her innocent little child? This is the kind of infection I'm talking about. And they're out there, healers in spiritual communities. They're guiding people to their abundance. Cherie, what kind of abundance? Oh, narcissist needs abundance of supply. That's what they need. You speak in the truth, you're in truth moment, Cherie. So have Richard Grennan come over and do the test on your show to see if what you lived through was narcissistic abuse or not with Chris, blob of fat Geo. Let's see. Call him. He is big. If you don't believe me, oh, narcissistic abuse is out of the bag, darling. But infected out there claiming that they know. But who's supporting them on their four? Literally, how symbolic was that of Chloe with the light? For Thomas Williams, oh, I'm just Tommy. Yeah, you just Tommy because your IQ is just Tommy of a toddler. Tommy, not Tommy, because your face looked like shit, and she tried to light it up. So you're special one. You're special with title. Scam, scum. So you look better. So Cherie is now, oh, broken roses then. And so here's Cherie, broken rose, sick. Her shoulders, she can't handle that. It's too much of the parasite. Too much fat. That parasite is fat. Blob of fat. But all is good in zombie world. Give the smile to everybody. Where's your son, mother? Huh, Cherie? Do I need to tell that story? Why don't you tell the truth? If you were, did you go to Egypt and hit your head on the wall too? Did you activate your higher being? Did it tell you that you need to choose your own innocent child, maybe, instead of a narcissist? Oh, there is no purge going on. You'll be back in no time. You're back in the saddle, Chris. Narcissistic blob of fat. You're back in the saddle. Congratulations. So this is what the infection that I'm dealing with. Okay, and these people are going to say, Georgie Cavassalas, same shit. They all feed on somebody else's. Somebody around them is sick and dying because it's someone who contributes their energy. So, Cherie, while you're still alive, Cherie Gio, while you're still alive, let me share with you my own personal experience. I'm going to tell you a little story about my sister. I have a sister, 2 years older than me, sister. She got married to one of these narcissists in this communist Pentecostal Christian church in Russia. When their kids were just 1 and 2, we moved to America. So listen, Cherie. Listen. And the rest of you, Cheries out there that's supporting the black magicians. Listen. Came here to America, Colorado, Pentecostal church. This narcissist, her husband, is so abusive to her and to everything else that he throws children, 1 and 2 year old, on the walls in the house with his feet, like they're walls. She goes to church, to the pastor here in Colorado. The pastor tells her, well, she's got to help the narcissist. He's not going to do it ever again. Church protected it. Then he goes and has to have tests with a 16-year-old in church that got pregnant. So he had to go and do test. It was him or not. She's still with him on that time. To shut her up in church, the church gives her a big responsibility. She's now going to teach Sunday school. She's going to teach children how to serve God. Do you think she read to the children Matthew about putting a rock around your neck? If you hurt children, it's better to put a rock around your neck. If you hurt children and throw yourself in the river, do you think she read that in Sunday school to them? One of her children got so badly hurt because he threw him on the wall that to this day, his head is shaking like this, nonstop. And my sister, a Sunday teacher school, a teacher in Sunday school in one of these churches in America, to this day, the boy is 30 years old now, still with the injury every day. You look at him for 1 minute and you will be reminded of the fact that his father threw him on the wall and the church protected it. Oh, that was not it, Shuri. That was not it. She's still with him. The church still protects him. Then when that happened with the 16-year-old, they kicked him out of the church. She left him. She went to live with my mom and my dad in their little house for 2 years. She watched after my mom and separated from him for 2 years. Walked away. Then my mom died. We sold that little house. You know what she did? She took the money from that house, from my parents' dead house, and gave it to him. And he went to church, and 10,000 of that money gave it to his pastor here in church, so they can take him back and forgive him for being involved with the 16-year-old in church. And he's back in. He's gone to heaven. He's changed. That's how you change narcissists. He's saved now. He's going to go to heaven. Congratulations, Mother Cherie. Holy, divine, feminine. You're so divine out there. Can't even protect innocence. That's how divine you are? They're holy. They're going to go to heaven. They're going to ascend. They're going to talk about sovereignty while they're riding the life force of these people that don't realize that all they are is a narcissistic supply. And how many of this narcissistic supply out there that think they're special in spiritual world? Oh, they're special. Oh, Cherie, maybe Chris will send you to Teal Swan Clinic. The suicide clinic. in Costa Rica? Huh? Cherie, go heal yourself with Teal Swan. Is that where you headed next? Is that where he's going to send you so you get better or being good? Supply? Infection. Infected. So this women will come into my journal, call me all kinds of things. Yeah. Yeah. Infected. Brains. Zombie. Oh, all good in zombie world. All good in zombie world. Onions. До свидания, onions. Блядь, твою мать. Bloody money. And this is all about, and so, you know what, Cherie, if you really want to be a truth speaker, get together with Richard or Grannon and have this is the show for all those women out there that they would love to hear. They would love to know how to end this and how to be free, how to be sovereign, how to go after your own dreams. You don't have to add anything to that blab of narcissistic fat. Bloom yourself. Who are you? Oh, you hiding. Who are you? Because you had to do all those things to be good. Supply, aren't you? Now, the ball in the court of people like Cherie out there in alternative media. The reason I'm calling you out is because I'm not going to be calling out narcissists. I'm just going to, send them diapers when I can, because that's all they're going to be doing right now is shitting their diaper. It's stinky. I'm done with that. What I'm going to be exposing right now is those that still hold up the black magic with their own energy and where they're contributing. That's who I'm going to be exposing. So, no, it's not mean to go after victims, because when victims are out there pretending that they're free and teaching others how to be sovereign, excusez-moi. You're in my reality, bitches. Ain't happening. Ain't happening. Ain't happening. So, excusez-moi. You can support your black magicians all you want with your life force. You're the one who's dying out there. You're the one who's sick. You're the one who's looking like the life force being drained out of you. Not me. All right, you guys, I love you so much. It's been over an hour. Thank you so much for joining me. Until next time, thank you, dear warriors. Stay wild out there. Mwah.